Hey there everyone, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm so excited to be talking with you guys today about portion control. How do I control my portions? So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, because it's something that comes up with so many of my clients, trying to figure out how do I not overeat, and having this desire to go back for seconds, thirds, can't stop snacking. I mean, if has anyone else ever been there with like you just can't get yourself to stop snacking? I know I've definitely been there. So we have our tip number one of using a smaller plate. It sounds so silly, but it's actually true. If you are scooping out a little bit of food onto this big plate, you feel like you are actually you're depriving yourself. Also, they have shown that basically the larger plate that you have, the more food you put on. So even if you're not, no difference in hunger or nothing else is different, the plate is just simply bigger, and then people end up actually putting out more. So that's a really great point. Another thing I want to talk about is the fact that serving yourself a generous portion first and not having to go back for seconds is you're probably going to end up eating less. So rather than trying to say like, oh, I'll just have this tiny small amount, and then basically feeling really unsatisfied and going back for seconds or thirds or fourths, take your plate, really bring all of that food onto the plate that you want to have, and have just that one plate. It's really good to be able to, especially if there's like a lot of different options, like if it's at a buffet or it's at a party or anything like that, to really make yourself one full plate and then see that food, to see that you've had this full meal, the amount of food that you've actually eaten or that you're actually serving yourself to eat, and then stick to that one plate and not move on to a second serving. But a lot of times especially when there are parties or different like plates and different options, we end up kind of eating a little bit here, nibbling there, doing all this different stuff, and so we don't end up really seeing and noticing with our eyes how much food we've actually had, and we really need that visual reminder in order to be able to actually see and acknowledge the amount of food that we're having. So remembering that smaller portions does not necessarily equal better, but that having an actual full plate, serving yourself out once, can actually act to have you eat less in the long run, because you're not going back for seconds, thirds, fourths, and because you do actually feel satisfied. So that's super huge. So a lot of people, when they find themselves really craving carbs, what it's actually also telling you is that you're not actually having enough protein. Sometimes what happens is our bodies are sitting there and telling us, no, I need protein to build my muscles and to build my skin and to make my hormones and do all these important things in our bodies besides just providing energy. If you actually look at the uses of protein in our body, there are so many more things that your body needs protein for than just your energy. It's doing a lot of building, a lot of repair, keeping your body structure intact and like feeling awesome. So if you're not having enough protein, what can sometimes happen is that you're finding yourself craving, because what your body is saying is, no, I need protein, I need food, I need the ability to actually make all of these things for my body. And basically until 50 years ago, anything you would have eaten would have had at least a small amount of protein in it. It's very new that today, in this day and age, you can eat a cookie or a piece of cake or something that is so low in protein, so high in calorie. So because of our like protein density kind of switching, then we end up having some different cravings. So we have those cravings for carbs when really what it is we need protein and calories from protein. So one way to really stop your carb cravings is to make sure you are having enough protein and enough fat. What sorts of protein do I recommend? Definitely, I'm a huge fan of plant-based proteins like beans, high protein grains, nuts, avocados. All these things do have some protein in them. Vegetables even have a little bit of protein in them. Eggs are my next favorite choice. I personally am not big into dairy, and so then I would go over to some lean meats, even like chicken, even some beefs are really nice. Hemp also has some good protein in it too. So hemp, pea proteins, all those work. What protein powders I recommend, you can actually read a post all about that on my website. It's behappyhealthyhuman.com, so behappyhealthyhuman.com. If you search protein powder, it's a post maybe about a month ago, and I list out my 4 or 5 favorite protein powders, when I would use them, and why they're so awesome. So definitely please check that out. I would love to get your feedback and see what you think. A sweet tooth after a savory meal. That's a really great question, and I do not know if that's specifically a physiology thing. I don't know if it's that I don't think it's that we want sweet things after we eat something savory just because biologically that's what happens. What I think it really is that we've been conditioned to expect a dessert after a meal. So we are in a culture where, yeah, you get dessert after dinner, after, for special occasions, all those different things. So I think that's what it's really coming from, is that we're conditioned to want dessert after we eat. So what do we have thus far? We have the fact that remembering that it's not about having the smallest portion possible, but that really making yourself one complete full plate, maybe not going for seconds, can be a better way to go. The second one that we talked about is making sure that you do have enough protein. Smaller dishes was something that came up, so actually having a smaller plate can actually help you scoop out less and feel more satisfied with that. And the next one I want to talk about is being mindful about your food. Mindfulness while you eat is super, super important. Can definitely raise a hand if anyone else ever works on their computer while they eat, maybe answers emails, watches TV, watching videos, any of that different stuff that you might be doing while you're eating. Oh my gosh, this can be a huge thing. If you are doing work while you eat, this is a no-no when it comes to trying to control your portions, because when you are doing other stuff while you're eating, you are noticing what you're eating a heck of a lot less. And a lot of the times that we're finding ourselves feeling really hungry or like we're not satisfied, it's because we haven't really registered in our brains that we've been eating. Yes, we've been chewing, yes, we've been digesting, but our brains haven't gotten to really enjoy and taste and notice that food, and so we still find ourselves feeling hungry. It truly, truly makes a huge difference. The other thing that happens is if you are working while you're also eating, you're not noticing it, but you also tend to eat a lot faster. Where you're there and you shovel a fork in, you kind of chew it once or twice, you get another fork once or twice, and you end up not chewing, you're taking larger bites, and you do it a lot faster. And this is all really negative because it frankly takes our body's time, because your body takes time to actually recognize that it's full and recognize that it's eating. There's actually these signals that get sent from your body. So when you eat, so your food has gone into your stomach, as your food starts to leave your stomach and go into your small intestine, it sends chemical messages to your brain to say that you're eating, that you're going to get full, that you're getting your nutrients. If you are eating really fast, and it takes about 20 minutes for this to even start to happen. But if you're eating really fast, if you're under that 10, 15, 20 minute window, then you're going to find yourself still feeling hungry because those chemicals haven't reached your small intestine yet. You haven't started to actually have those signals yet for your brain to tell you, I'm okay, I'm eating, I'm done. So if you are eating super fast, you are basically going to still feel hungry because your body hasn't registered the fact that you've been eating yet. So this is really, really huge. Making sure that your meal does take the 15 to 20 minutes is going to help you feel a lot more satisfied. Not going back for your seconds or thirds, especially right there in that 10 to 15 minute window, is really huge and can be really big for your portion control. So trying to not do other things while you eat, definitely slowing down, actually chewing your food, and giving yourself those 10, 15, 20 minutes is really important. So that more mindful eating, noticing your food, tasting it, enjoying it, can be really huge and make a big difference in helping you control your portions.